it's really a question.
Go ahead.
It sound like a statement. But almost 600 years before Christ came upon the face of the earth,
Mm-hmm.
Ezekiel talked about this almost 600 years before. I'll make the correlation I need.
Yeah. Isaiah prophesied 700 years before he came.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So when Ezekiel's talking about these creatures and da and so forth, he's talking about the same thing that you was talking about in Revelation.
Right. See, 'cause listen. Here, watch this. Isaiah prophesied about Jesus. He said, "On the virgin shall be with child." And then went on to talk about how of his kingdom, there would be no end. That was 700 years before the birth of Jesus. He was telling you he was coming. The whole Old Testament kept telling you about a promise. Something is coming. Something is on the way. That's what it was all about. Jesus said, "Lo," and you get the Revelation, Hebrews 10, he said, "Lo, I come in the volume of the book." He said the whole thing was about me. He said to do your will. He said it was always about me. You know, we just didn't see it. You understand? We read the story without the revelation of grace, and so you couldn't see Christ, because Christ is grace. Now that you're getting the revelation of grace, if you go back and read the Old, you'll see Jesus. You'll see him all through the Old Testament.
See, the reason I mentioned that because having read it before, I didn't understand.
Unplugged.
I didn't understand. Yeah, I was messing with it. I might have.
He done messed up by it. He said he was messing with it. But yeah, see, you know, you said something key, and we go through. You said something key in from the beginning. You start talking about the identity, right? And I'm saying this for your benefit, Joe. Identity. The fastest growing crime in the country is identity theft. Why do you think that is? What you see in the natural is a direct result of what's going on in the spirit. Because it's always spiritual first, right? So what's going on is that the enemy, in his attempt to steal the identity of the sons of God, he takes the authority. That's what it's all about. It's about robbing you of your authority. Don't mean that you don't have it, it just means that you don't know you got it. If you got $1 million in the bank, we say, well, time to folk, and they get ready to cut your water off, right? And it's land there, and anybody told you got it, and even if they told you got it, they said, all you got to do is go get it and make a withdrawal and pay the bill. You don't know that, and they cut your water off, and you got $1 million. That's what happens when you don't understand who you are and know the reality of your authority. You don't know how to defend yourself against an enemy who has no control over you, because what he does is he manipulates you to defeat your own self.
Didn't somewhere in the Bible say that you would have money but you won't get to spend?
Well, that's what happened in during the time at the mark of the beast. I'm like John Higgins. He saddle up, get up, we out of here. Amen. That's what the rapture is all about. We ain't gonna be in that mess. Those of us that say we ain't gonna be in that mess. It ain't for us. That's why you gotta know who you are. And you gotta understand what he's talking about in Revelation. If he ain't talking about you, you don't have to worry about that. But y'all getting anything out of this when I'm talking about ambassadorship, and I'm talking about loosing and binding, so you know you bind what Christ has already bound, and that is the works of the devil, and what you loose are the things of heaven. You bring the agenda of the kingdom agenda into the earth realm, that's your assignment, that the earth is not your home, but your assignment, that you are an ambassador, and because you're an ambassador, you got diplomatic immunity from all of this junk that the enemy is trying to bring. It ain't from God, it's from him. That's why you're immune to that stuff. Because you don't belong to him. He pushes, the Bible said the enemy walks about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. The one he devours is the one who do not understand who he is, who has no knowledge of who he is. But if Mike knows who he is, when the enemy comes in like a flood, then the Spirit of the Lord within him raises a standard against that, the Bible says. It pulls up the word that's necessary to hold back the assault that this guy's trying to bring on. That's why you need to study the Bible. That's why you got to read. Because you need to put the weapon of the word in your repertoire, right? So that when it comes, God pulls it up by the Spirit and it comes out of your mouth and it stops this guy. We think we pick it up when we come to Bible study, pick it up on Sunday, we're going to dust it off because we're going to church. Don't let nobody see the dust that got on. Amen, amen, amen. Has this teaching been good? Amen, amen, amen. Y'all got something you can
It's enlightening.
It's enlightening.
Yes, enlightening.
All right, well, I like that. So you got something you can chew on. Mike, you like something on your mind? Spit it out.
I just think about how many people that never heard it that way. You know, I mean, that really never, I mean, you know, in all their life they've been going to church and going to church and going to church. And of course, you know, I'm 67 years old, I never heard it that way too. But, you know, a lot of stuff that I heard and read in the Bible, it didn't make sense. I mean, it just didn't make sense, you know. But when it's explained that way, you know, it really makes sense to you and kind of open up your thought process.
Amen.
You know.
And see, God is like that, Mike. First thing he tells, he said, my brother, and I would not have you ignorant. God don't want you to be ignorant. He wants you to know, man.
Yeah.
He wants you to know.
Yeah. And then when it said, my people will perish for the lack of knowledge.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, this is amazing.
It's amazing. That's Hebrew. I mean, that's Hosea 4:6. And he said that when he brought it, they rejected it.
Okay, he said like a knowledge. Don't they already know, but they just don't want to hear it?
He said when the knowledge came, they rejected it. That's like Jesus said, I came unto my own, and my own did what? Receive it not. They rejected it. And now the revelation of Jesus that's been spit forth out of the mouth of those that God sent, people are still rejecting.
So in other words, it's better for you to just go ahead and not even know God and pretend that you know Him. Is it saying right?
They may know him in their
And
perception.
what I'm saying is, okay, you say, okay, you say you know about God, but you see what you want to do, but you serve the devil, so it's the best to just go and serve the devil and stop trying to play God.
Well, what he said, you talking about work, you think about work.
Amen.
Okay.
So, you know, God ain't gonna judge you based on what you do, it's what you believe.
Amen.
Because ain't nothing's perfect, you know. So
See,
it's what you believe.
And the reality is, what you do will line up with what you believe.
Okay.
See, in other words, see, when the more you enter into relationship with God, what it does is begin to expose God's love for you, to you. And right, and see, when that love is exposed, His love for you is exposed to you, then all of a sudden you find yourself loving Him and wanting to do whatever pleases Him.
It's a growth process.
Yeah. But I ain't heard from you tonight. What's up?
When I was a
I've never really, like I say, I've been going to church, but I never Bible study, and I just go to church to hear the word, but like I say, he can't explain it to you, like Bible study, like you can't, hear Bible study and stuff like that. So I don't know how I just listen, Amen.
Amen. But you listen. That's it. But what the Bible says that, be swift to hear.
I think good from that aspect, because you hear so many different ways and stuff, and the way y'all explain it to me, it made me feel good about it, because I know that.
Amen, amen, amen.
And if you don't, you ask questions. That's the one thing about here. What you don't understand, you stop that you do understand.
Yeah. Mike, that's something to consider though when you think about how many people have never heard the hymn. You cut that off. How many people have never heard it, have never heard the truth, right? And they're still trying to live their life based on